This is Greg. I just wanted to pop in for a second. For those of you that are using Matrix MLS or Stellar MLS, I wanted to kind of go through something because I've gotten a lot of questions about this recently. So when you go into your Matrix and then go to search, residential, and quick, you get this quick search screen. And when you scroll down to the bottom, it says additional fields, add or remove. Now, when you click on this, there are a ton of options that you can add, but I wanted to take just a minute and go through a few of them that I've added over the years that I found to be immensely helpful that maybe you guys will too. One of them is called housing for older persons, yes or no. So this is really helpful, especially if you have somebody that's looking for a condo that you specifically want to not be a 55 and up community. You can sort by whether or not this is a housing for older persons neighborhood. So you could select yes or no. Conversely, if you had somebody who specifically wanted a 55 and up community, then you could search for that. You have realtor only remarks and public remarks. The public remarks have been really helpful if you're looking for something like mother-in-law suite, looking for homes that specifically had it. You could look in the public remarks for word mother, and you could come up and see if there were any properties that specifically mentioned like a mother-in-law suite or, let's try maybe just the word suite. So suite comes up with 2. So you could use this in the public remarks to look for specific keywords. Financing available is another one. If you want to look for properties that are specifically listed that would qualify for something like FHA or USDA, understand that when you select this term, if the buyer's agent has not selected FHA as an option as one of the financing types, then it won't pop up even if the home would potentially qualify for FHA. So just understand. Water frontage is another one that's really helpful. If somebody says, I want a house that backs up to a pond, for example, you could use this water frontage feature and you have pond or lake, Gulf Ocean, canal, creek, whatever the case may be. So you can actually go in and search specifically for homes that are listed as having a certain type of water frontage. So that potentially could be helpful. Every once in a while, you get kind of an oddball customer that specifically wants a fireplace. In Florida, I don't really get it, but in the event that you have it, you have fireplace, yes or no. And then you also can narrow it down to fireplace description. So they say, I specifically want a gas fireplace. You could go in and do yes for fireplace and then gas as your search criteria. Pets allowed, this one's helpful as well. So you can have that. Flood zone. If you have a customer that specifically says, I want a house that's not in a flood zone, you could come in here and select X and X500, and that would only show properties that are not located in flood zones. Roof type is another one that comes in handy from time to time. So whether somebody wants a metal roof or a tile roof or a shingle roof, whatever the case may be, you can go in and search for specific roof types. HOA community, yes or no. So you could search for a property that's within an HOA community. And then HOA payment schedule or HOA fee is good, and then HOA fee requirement. So if you have somebody that specifically wants to live in a community that either doesn't have an HOA or that has an optional HOA, you could select that from this list as well. Community features, if you've got some of those communities, like if they want a gated community or something like that, you could go in and search for those, or maybe they specifically want one that has tennis courts or whatever the case may be. You would use community features to be able to search for that. Pool features is another one that I use a lot. So just because a property has a pool doesn't mean that they are all necessarily created equally. Because when you come up here to the top and it says pool or private pool, yes or no, it doesn't differentiate between an in-ground pool and an above-ground pool. So if you specifically wanted to eliminate above-ground pools, for example, you could come into pool features and you could only do in-ground, or if you wanted it heated or salt water, that's another one with a screen enclosure, whatever the case may be, you can come in here and pick some of these search criteria that would pertain to the pool. And then the last one is if you have any investors or somebody who's looking to buy a home as a rental, you might want to specifically exclude communities that have lease restrictions. So you would want to look for properties that have no lease restrictions. So again, this is just a really quick video. I just wanted to take a minute because, like I said, I've been getting a few questions lately about how do I find this or how do I find that? And when I showed the agents this add remove field, they were completely unaware of it. Like I said, when you come in here, there's a million different options of different things you could look for. So if there's something particular that you're looking for and you can't necessarily find it, this is where I would come in to look to see if you could add some of these additional search terms basically to help you really narrow in on that property that your customer is looking for. So thanks so much for taking a few minutes with me, and I hope you guys have a great day. Talk to you soon.